If you want to run faster, then keep on watching, because in this video, I'm going to show you 30 sprint drills. That's right, 30. To fix your sprint technique and improve your speed. These require no equipment, just your body weight and some open space. Let's get into it. To improve your starts, try these. Not only are they super fun, but great for working on the first step. We're getting as low as you possibly can right before we stick out that foot and then drive into the ground. The idea here is to train our foot strike to land under or even behind our center of gravity. These are a bit unusual. I haven't really seen anyone talk about these. In the start position, if your fingers are super weak, then it might feel uncomfortable. So working on finger planks could help with staying relaxed in your start position. To improve your start reflexes, try these. Arm swings on command. Either have a person clap or use an app like this one to be at long intervals so you can focus on having a fast reaction time with your arms while staying relaxed when the gun goes off, which is not always easy to do. Here, focusing on isolating the hip flexors to fire powerfully from a static position, similar to how you would on the start, except without the push you get off the blocks. Here's a position that better resembles a sprint start by loading our body weight on our arms. We're focusing on getting a full range of motion without trying to jump the signal, which can cause you to have a slow reaction time or even worse, result in a disqualification. To improve acceleration, try these. I found acceleration planks to be useful for building correct posture and practicing both full extension at the knees and hips, because if we aren't using our glutes effectively, we won't be able to get maximum power from them. Also, if you're training somewhere where there's dirt or sand, you can build a little hole in the floor so you can position your feet as if you're in starting blocks and get a more horizontal force into the ground. After acceleration planks, acceleration knees are much easier to perform with correct technique, and I wouldn't recommend doing them until you're comfortable with planks first. I talk about this drill extensively in a different video. This one is good for working on your first 3 steps. You can put a piece of tape or branches to make sure each step you're taking is long, powerful, and increasing in length. By the way, guys, my technique here might not be perfect. The goal here is not to pretend like I'm some sort of guru, but rather show you a collection of drills that have helped me, which I'm personally using, how I do them, and what benefits I've seen. Also, stay tuned, because later in this video, I'm gonna show you how you could win a chance to get your technique analyzed by an Olympian and myself, so stay tuned to find out how you can win that. To improve your top speed, try these. These help me early on to improve leg stiffness, because when you land, during top speed, you want a slightly bent leg and nothing more. Then it's easier to perform stationary leg switches, which trains the same thing, but through a full range of motion and with more force. If you're a complete beginner, try these. I actually found learning the 8 steps on my own quite challenging, so I use this method to make it easier. First, I'll bring the heel to my opposite knee and then extend the knee forward, upon which I will strike back under my center of gravity. So this one I found very useful for activating the glutes, which I found as a personal trainer, in many cases, for most people, is usually very difficult to do. Then I found it was a cool progression to move into the 8 steps without the arms, just working on the leg movements. Finally doing it a little bit faster, trying to land under the center of gravity. Then once you feel comfortable with that, I found it great to then add in the arms. Before going into A-skips, I found it very useful to just work on the A-skips in place with a single leg. Once you're comfortable with that, then it's easy to move forward without using the arm. Finally, we can add in the arms and move forward. Right here is where usually technique will fall apart. But by using this progression, I found it to be much easier to build up to this with correct form, which still isn't perfect, but it's gotten a lot better than what it used to be. And shout out to Complete Track. This is the exact video I used to learn this progression. To improve your leg power, try these. Because the knee is only slightly bent, the quads can't help too much, and the hamstrings and quads have to work much harder to push your body off the ground and move forward. Similar to leg switches, it trains your leg to extend powerfully, but with much higher forces, which is necessary to run faster. The fastest sprinters are able to place high amounts of force into the ground in a very short amount of time. To fix your arm technique, try these. Because you're moving the legs from the equation, all you're doing is focusing on the arms and the posture, making sure not to rotate and getting full range of motion. And if your arm technique falls apart, then your leg technique falls apart. So by working on this, we're isolating the arms and making sure that we're staying relaxed for that given period of time. To improve your arm power, try these. I've been using them to work on activating the arms powerfully from a static position and to work on keeping the shoulders relaxed on the start to avoid this from happening. This drill is where it finally clicked for me how much of an impact the arm swing makes on your stride, because here, the harder you swing, the further you travel through the air. Right now, I'm about to call Mateus, 2-time Olympian, to see what advice he has and what drills he recommends. Yo.
Hello.
What's going on, man?
What's up? I would say for a beginner, definitely the A walk, because you just learned the frontside mechanics in a slow pace. Yeah, when you're good at A walk, you can definitely do A replacement. And then I would say, yeah, the A skip is definitely good. Like these 3 drills are excellent. But it doesn't mean if you're excellent in sprint drills that you're already fast. Being fast, yeah, depends on your strength level, reaction time, depends on many things.
By the way, guys, if you want to win a chance to get a full sprint analysis by Mateus and myself, all you have to do is comment your Instagram username down below, and once this video hits 1,000 likes, we're gonna pick one person to submit their video. I'm gonna do a full analysis on your video. To fix your foot strike, try these. These are the drills that finally clicked for me on how it feels to strike back into the ground, because the emphasis here is not on speed, but on doing a circular or elliptical movement with your legs. Increasing the range of motion from the ankles to the calves to the knees all the way to the hamstrings to see if we can maintain the movement until it almost looks like a sprint. Shout out to Athlete X. I watched this exact video the day it clicked for me. This was the moment I realized I had been running wrong my whole life. Doing bent leg bounce, I'm not worried about striking with a straight leg or efficient leg recovery, simply striking back into the ground with a bent leg. This is a clip from last summer, and it's the same day the foot strike finally clicked. You can see the leg moving back in the air. If you have weak ankles like me, try these. The shin muscles are able to slow down your foot as it comes down, so it's not slapping the ground hard, and you're able to land with better technique. These can be done for laps or on the track, and so far is the most effective way I've found to target the shin muscles without any equipment. If you're used to walking around barefoot, you might not have this problem, but if you wear sneakers the majority of your life, it's normal to have very weak feet, ankles, and calves. Unfortunately, tiptoe walking around the track targets all three of these without putting too much stress on your joints. If you enjoyed this video, but you're not sure where to start, you can click this video to see the 3 most common sprint mistakes and the 3 best drills to fix them. I go into detail on why these mistakes could be destroying your sprint technique, and I walk you step by step on how to execute the drills with correct form. You can click here now to watch this video next.